Hello,
Uh,
everyone.
Hi, Zenaida. This is the lady you don't recognize is Linda Wells. That's Zenaida Lahan.
Hey,
How do you
Zenaida, nice
do?
to meet you.
Nice to
She's
meet you.
our
Bob will
first vice
be
president,
Oh, great,
nice to meet you.
and Joe
Bob will
Farah is our
be
secretary.
great.
Lion Bob will be joining shortly. He's been coughing, and he's trying to clear his throat.
Ah, he's got a
He's been
frog, huh?
coughing nonstop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We don't
Hello,
want to hear
Lion
that.
Joe, and hello, Lion Biela.
Right. Every time you get a
Yes,
cough
yes.
these days, you start worrying.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
There he is. He just got it.
Hail the president.
Hi, I just made it.
Yeah.
Bob, the lady that you on the screen that you don't recognize is Linda Wells. This is
I
Bob
am?
Lahan. He's our current president.
Hey, Bob, nice to meet you.
Where is she?
And
Here I
Dick's
am.
here.
Wait a minute. Am I on here? Is my
You're-
camera
you're on here.
You are. Okay, there it is.
You got the gallery view now?
Do I have the gallery? One, two,
Gallery
three,
view.
4, 5, 6.
That's it.
Okay,
And
that's it.
Miss Wells is on the other line with you, Bob.
Somebody on the phone?
No. It's at the screen.
No. Okay.
Lyle just introduced her to you while you were signing in.
Okay. All right. That's fine. All right.
We're not especially good Zoomettes.
That's
case-
okay.
In case you didn't know.
See, I've been using Zoom for over 5 years before
Oh.
everybody else was using it, so I'm pretty used to.
That's
I still
good.
make mistakes, though.
Yeah.
I talked to Steve. He's shall we say still on duty,
Yes.
and he'll catch up to us if we can,
Okay.
if he can.
Okay. Who are you going to ask to do the pledge?
Joe's going to do it
Oh. Okay.
whenever we get around to doing it. So we got 5 more minutes, 6 more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Wells, where are you?
Like, where do I live?
Yeah.
In Mission Terrace on Delano Street, around the
Oh,
corner.
you're in the
from
city.
Walking. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
How long have you lived there?
Over 20 years. I moved in around, I think, 1996 and end of December. So quite a while.
Cool.
There's enough junk around here to show that I've been here more than 20 years.
Well, take a look behind me. You can see what's there. Okay.
Joe Farah is Joe Farah of Farah Shoes at
Oh, cool.
Excelsior Admission.
Right.
Our club was the who's who of the Excelsior district.
That's before Linda's time, Lyle.
Well, I remember that. And somebody in the Excelsior group on Facebook posts the Ferris shoes picture now and then. But I'm
Yes,
old
yes.
enough to remember that.
My daughter, that's my daughter's posting, right? It was up for a couple of weeks, as a matter
Yeah.
of. That was taken in 1995.
Well, that's right. You closed your store just before '96, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm certainly pleased that I'm not involved under the present
Oh,
circumstances.
God. Yeah, it would be very hard right now.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Hello, Lion George.
Hi, Lion Zenny.
George, I saw a superb program, Zoom, and we may be able to get it as just something for our entertainment from the San Francisco Water Company, SP, so forth. And this one was on, excuse the expression, lady, the sewer system. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And all the places, the plants they have and how things move around. And then it took the city and put it in, into districts and showed us where our water came in and all this, because you already know all that. And but it was real neat to take a look at interiorly into the system itself and to see all the things that they're doing.
Whoever's got the extra audio device, turn it off or mute yourself, please.
Okay, we're muted. I guess somebody is. Okay.
So here comes Lion Bill.
Oh, that's yeah, well, Graziano. We give him a little grace. It's okay.
Hello, Sharon. Lion Bill. Hello.
Hey, there he is, live and in living color.
Let me introduce Linda Wells. She's the lady on the screen that you may not recognize. The fellow in the blue shirt is George Soleil
Hi,
Plumbing.
Linda.
Hey, George, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The lady in the purple lion shirt is Sharon Eberhardt. She's a regional chairman for the District of Lions.
Hey, Sharon, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And the fellow zooming in and out on his phone is Bill Graziano.
That's right. So
He's our tech guru because he
Great.
knows everything.
Bill.
He knows how to do stuff.
I can push 2 buttons.
Wow. At the same time?
That's it. That's as far as I go. I can push 2 buttons.
Yeah, as long as one of them gets his 49er game, he'll be all right.
Speaking of 49ers, I'm deprogramming my house. I got all these programs and things, and it's got to go.
No, what are you going to do with them?
I don't know what to do with them.
Turn them into the 49ers. Don't throw them away.
No.
Seriously. I mean, with all the history that you have, you know, and what you might have gotten from Uncle John, I mean, don't let it go. Just you know, give it to the Niners and let them put it in their archives.
Well, mostly it's programs.
Listen,
Super Bowl programs. Would they want that stuff?
yes, because look at the programs and the history that's in there and the players and so forth that only you would remember. You and John Brody.
Yeah, it's house cleaning time. I'm deprogramming the house. I should leave all this stuff for my sister to deal with, but I'm trying to be good.
Okay,
How
well.
many years were you season ticket holders for the Niners, Bill?
Pardon me?
How many years were you season ticket holders?
Just when they started at Candlestick.
Oh, that's all?
I didn't really care, and then I was a ticket taker at Keysar.
Ah,
My.
And you got paid $15, which was pretty good then. It was maybe in the early 70s or whatever. And you got to see half the game. And I always got gates that were older guys there for the $15. I said, "Oh, Sonny, go watch the game." I love my job. But then I was offered a seat at Candlestick, so I couldn't turn that. Then I got the 49er bug. And
the rest is history, huh?
yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, while you were doing that, Uncle John was down on the field with the team, right?
Yeah, he used to go on the field with the team.
Yeah. Loading up the buses at the club down on San Bruno, and the what was it? I should remember the bar. I used to live there. The one in Laurel Heights, the Laurel Lodge up in Laurel Heights.
That was his brother-in-law.
That was his brother, yeah.
And one of the things he enjoyed the most was his train ride in Hunters Point that you were with that railroad group.
Oh, yes. The railroad group. Railroad group, more commonly known as the Clampers, but that's okay.
Where are those trains now?
Bill, what
Most
became
of them are out in the East Bay at Niles.
Didn't a bunch of those burn up in the latest fires?
No, not those. That was the Swanson train down above Santa Cruz. That was the train that was at the Pan Pacific International Exhibition in 1915.
Wow.
But those that, the train ride we took there, and in the, and George got to play with the engine. He went right at that. All he wanted to do was operate that old diesel engine up and down the line. And
Could have done that all day. It was great.
yep. But those cars, etc., ended up at Niles when they closed the. I have the hat from the Golden Gate Railroad Association over there, which was mostly a bunch of clamper guys just wanted to have a little fun. So they have been, quote, saved. But on Swanson, what I saw was that some of the buildings were taken down, but most of the equipment was saved. And that's mostly a school project anyhow. So they'll clean it up and bring it back, so forth. And I can show you some pictures, but we got to go on to other things. So wait a minute, I got to find my agenda. Don't go away.
Bill, getting back to the Laurel Lodge, what became of it?
I don't know.
The Laurel Lodge is the Pacific. It's a bank now. What is there? The Republic National Bank is where the lodge was.
First Republic?
Yeah, First Republic. Thank you.
A friend of mine tended bar there, Bill.
Yeah, that was
Paul Svetkov.
the owner of the bar was Vic Scafani, who was my uncle's brother-in-law. And then they joined together to build the Brentwood Lodge.
Yeah.
And my uncle had the Monte Carlo on 3rd Street.
Yeah, my dad.
That's
When I was going to USF and living up in Laurel Heights.
Was it actually on Yosemite, the Monte Carlo?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Louis Coscarelli owned that for a short time.
Yes, he did.
Louis was a former manager of the Italian American Social Club.
Yeah.
After he was either let go or disassociated himself, he bought the Monte Carlo and he operated that for a few years.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He was a good cook. He was actually a good cook. And my
Linda, I
uncle,
hope you don't mind the chit chat.
It looks
Oh,
like
fine.
Aaron is going to join us.
Maybe Aaron will add it in. He knows he can bring in a lot of other, guys, into this. Yeah, I have good memories of the Laurel Lodge from, tending bar
And
there.
the Shadow Box used to be up
The
the
Shadow
street.
Box, yes. Up in the corner. Mine.
Had a blind pianist.
Yeah. So we just lost a very nice restaurant in Laurel Heights. Rigoletto closed this week.
Oh, no.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yep, they've closed down. And don't believe the rumors about Tommy's Joint. It's still there. Okay. So from my restaurant work today.
I'll tell you a funny story about the Monte Carlo. My uncle was never robbed. And when he went to the bank, which is a little bit, it's about 8 blocks, he put the bag of money in 2 Doberman Pinschers. And he walked to the bank and nobody ever tried to take money from him.
Nobody
what the
ever
hell he
bothered,
had,
huh?
huh?
that's good.
Okay, well, let's now that Aaron has made it almost, let
Yeah.
us call the meeting to order. Okay, what time? It's about 6 something here, and if I can get Lyle to bring up a couple of pictures, we'll proceed. Okay, today is a very historical day, as you can see. Okay. On the Sunday, September the 2nd, 1945, for some of you youngsters, more than 250 Allied warships lay at anchor at Tokyo Bay. There were many flags from many countries displayed. And on the deck of the USS Missouri, as we see here with MacArthur standing at the microphone, the Japanese foreign minister signed on behalf of the Japanese government. And then MacArthur signed, and obviously so did Chester Nimitz. And that brought an end to the conflict in the Pacific and pretty well to the end of the Second World War. But as MacArthur said, it is my earnest hope, and indeed the hope of all mankind, that from this solemn occasion a better world shall emerge out of the blood and carnage of the past. And then as he finished that, as the journalist wrote, just as the ceremony was over, the sun burst through the low-hanging clouds and shine upon the bay, and the war was over. Great
What
picture.
bothers me about the surrender is that Emperor Hirohito was let off the hook when he in fact ordered the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Yes, he was. That was one of the agreements they had to make, where the emperor would remain on his, quote, throne. And it is rumored, and I think it's more than rumored, one of the two Japanese guys who signed this agreement here after that committed, harikiri, as they would call it at that time. So anyhow, a little bit of history on today, September the 2nd. And now I'm going to ask Joe, would you please lead us in the pledge, please?
My pleasure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good. Thank you. And let's have Lion George Soleil, would you walk around and just you tell us the people that you see and who's here?
Okay, there's Lion Lyle, our guest Linda Wells, Viella DuPont, Lion Viella, Lion Joe Farah, Lion Xenia Lahan, Lion Bob Lahan, Lion Sharon, Lion Bill Graziano, and Lion Aaron.
Lion Aaron, yay, welcome aboard. Good. Okay, and for the invocation, Miss Viella, would you give us the invocation, please?
Okay. Dear wise and loving Father, thank you on behalf of all who are here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health we need to fulfill our callings. Thank you for sustenance and for friendship. Amen.
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 Well put, well put. Okay. Lion Joe, as secretary, do we have any correspondence we need to talk about, look at, etc.?
Yes. We got a letter from the California Lions Foundation soliciting contributions for wildfire relief. We also received a letter and information from the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. We got the monthly letter of gratitude from the Lion's Eye Foundation and received a receipt and note of gratitude from the City of Hope.
Cool. All right. And I think you can continue with the minutes of the previous meeting and board meeting, etc.
Okay, the August 5th board meeting. The treasurer's report was read. He is still waiting for dues from one member who is delinquent in his dues. Other reports. Youth and community activities are starting to get returns from groups. It's looking good, reported the chairperson. The football pool. All material has been sent out. Looks positive. Responding to a lady in need of glasses. Viella DuPont said she would follow up. A motion passed to fund up to $240. Lion Bob Lahan shared with the club a book he read and recommends. He invited other members to do the same. That's the extent of the last board meeting.
Okay, I know we still have looking for a place for the crab feed, but that'll be in February, and we hope by then things will settle down and we'll be able to find ourselves a place. There are a couple that we've already kind of seen and looked at. Okay. So does anybody have any announcements?
Well, I received a thank you letter from the lady we bought the glasses from, Deborah, and she sent us a thank you card and thanking all of us for giving her the ability to see with new glasses.
Cool. Okay.
We don't get thank you cards very often.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
Yep, that is true. Yeah.
Where does she live, Leila?
She lives on in San Francisco on Dorr Street.
Dore, D-O-R-E.
Or yeah, Doré Street. Yeah. And you know, she's she lives by herself. I met her at the America's Best, and she came with her dog. Okay, and it was very touching. She was very appreciative.
Good.
Yeah, it was nice. It was very nice.
It was nice of you to do what you did, Viola.
Yeah, thanks for handling
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Oh, no problem. It was, you know, Sermonte's very close. You know, it was good.
Okay, so we got things that are kind of moving along a little at a time. At this point, let's see, we're not going to do the peace poster. I don't think so. That takes care of the eyeglasses. What was the thing we got from the food bank over in Marin, so forth? We got a note from them. Are they going to, is that thanking us, or is they want us to send them some more money?
I'll get it.
They wanted more money.
Yeah, they always do. Okay.
It was a standard appeal that was received.
Okay.
It's an informative letter and an appeal, right? This is 4 pages.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, it seems that there's a lot of food banks that need help right now in more ways than one with what's going on out there in our small
Should
world.
I forward this to Ward Donnelly for screening?
Sure, why not? Anybody seen or talked to Ward? Speaking of Ward,
I spoke with him 10 days ago at his office. Incidentally, he's got an iron gate security office, and he's got a sign up. Anybody that wants to make premium payments to send them to the main office, that he was not accepting payments at his office. So it looks like he's trying to discourage visitors inside of his office.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah. At this time, it does make sense. I also got a call from a lady who had asked me about dropping off glasses. So if Ward's going to be, shall we say, behind the gate, okay, and we usually send them there. She lives in the Mission, and so I literally told her to go to Premier Eye Care, and she knew where that was. And there's a big box there, and to give the glasses there because they'll take them there. Anybody else have any idea when somebody wants to drop off eyeglasses where we could do it?
How about the Excelsior Branch Library?
I hadn't thought of that. That's not a bad idea. We don't
I
have
don't know if they're open right now. I know that you can pick up books, but I don't know that you can go inside there right now.
I don't think you can.
And you have to disinfect the glasses before you can accept them.
Okay.
right?
If I can share my screen for just a moment.
Boing.
This is the club website. You'll notice right here, where can I donate used eyeglasses? Click on the link, takes you to the project page. Scroll down a little bit, collection of used eyeglasses. Here's a list of places right here. Clinic by the Bay, Balboa High School, Premier Eye Care, at the Lions Eye Foundation, contact a member, and or most opticians.
Good.
So-
Well, then Premier was fine. So we still got them. I know that there, people out there still need this.
Ayala, is access to the clinic available?
We can accept glasses in a bag, but they're not allowed to come in.
So what would they do? Knock on the door and somebody
On the
would take
door,
them?
there's a sign on the door that says, please knock.
Good.
Okay. A lot of doors are that way right now. Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else for our general meeting here?
I have a couple reports on committees that you didn't call.
Okay, committees would be fine. They're right down here.
Fine.
Committee
Excellent.
reports. Let's go.
Okay, youth and community. We have improved our position a little bit in terms of responses from groups. I have several voicemails I've left for people, and I'm waiting for them to get back to me. So at this point, we're just in a holding pattern more than anything else. For the members, if you think about what you did last year in terms of support for the youth and community raffle, we're sponsoring prizes and so forth. You need to think about doing that pretty soon. We need to get that part of it funded at some point, hopefully sooner than later. On the football pool, right now I have cash in hand for 65 squares. I think another 2 came in yesterday, which are not accounted in that. So I guess we have 67. So I'm waiting for funds to come in for the other 32 or 33, pardon me. So that's where we stand on that. One last item. I talked a little bit to Lion Hanford Clues a week or so ago. And actually a little longer than that, because I was going to bring this up at the last meeting, but I forgot. He asked that we consider having a noontime meeting once in a while, so that he would be able to zoom into the meeting. He has a very difficult time sitting in one place, but he feels that a noontime meeting, being probably a little shorter, would suit him well.
That's a great idea.
So
how do the rest of you think about just having a noontime? Bring your own sandwiches. A meeting so we could. I mean, what do you think? I can do it, George. You could be in a hole or throwing water someplace.
well, if we don't have to have it on Wednesday, we can have it on Saturday, if that's convenient.
That's not a bad idea.
Not everybody's in the office every single day. And George I don't think he digs ditches on Saturday. I think he does dishes on Saturday, but I'm not.
That's probably correct. Yes. Yeah.
So
The days of digging ditches are over.
so it's just a suggestion that we can change it up. Since it's a Zoom thing, we can have a meeting any day of the week, any time of the week.
Yeah.
If whatever's convenient for everybody, we can say Saturday in the morning, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. This way you're not spending a big chunk of the day.
I
That
like
means
the,
we
I
have to
like the
get up
morning
early,
part
right?
on a Saturday. All right, let's give some thoughts, to that, because that would, if that helps bring in Hanford and maybe Al Gentili and somebody like like this, and even Aaron, who probably like the morning meeting, right, Aaron? Maybe that will, maybe that'll be helpful. So that's a good thought. So I'll consider that. So we'll give that a shot and see what
Give a
kind
trial.
of response we get.
Did
Run it up the flight, things.
Lyle,
Yes, ma'am.
did Hanford say he could do a Saturday or it doesn't matter, any time is good for him?
I think during the day is what he would prefer.
Because usually in assisted living places, they're very busy in the morning, so they prefer people to do things in the afternoon.
I will try and call
I
him
don't know.
to get something set up, or I will email him either. Hanford's, I don't know how many of you have talked to Hanford in a while. He's a little difficult to talk to on the phone because it's difficult for him. He doesn't seem to have enough air to push the words out. So it's a little mumbly and difficult to understand. But I can email him and find out. I'll get a list of days and times from him, and it'll be in the next bulletin.
That's good. That's a good idea.
Good. We can schedule that, and with with
Last
Zoom.
time I communicated with him, he told me he retires at 4:30 p.m.
Well,
That sounds like a good idea. What do you think about that? Retiring at 4:30? Okay. Turn off television, a little music.
Yeah.
Right?
Aaron just went to retiring.
I'll get the word directly from the horse's mouth, and I'll let everybody know.
Good.
Good. I would like to get him in a meeting or two or three, just for
I
to
agree
help him and to
100%.
help us.
He always has good words of wisdom.
Yes, he does, and
And some
Got the
money.
spirit.
comes from a long line of taking care of people. Okay. Well, I think we've, unless somebody has another idea I think we've come to the end of our, shall we say, general meeting here.
Hold it up there, El
Yes,
Presidente.
yes.
Lion Sharon, can you report on the first cabinet meeting?
Oh, I was going to do that. Okay, go ahead, Lion Sharon.
Well, it was just like all the other meetings that,
You're
except
breaking.
what was done virtually. It actually went rather smoothly. Of course, people miss breakfast and lunch, because we usually do that when we meet in person. But it went very smoothly. Wasn't any-
How about the installation of the council? How'd that go, Sharon?
What?
The,
Installation, I watched that.
the
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Francisco Council. When you
Yeah,
get
the
in,
point
as vice president,
the second vice president. It was very well done, and everybody enjoyed our little trivia and riddle game at the end of the meeting. In fact, one of the members from another club asked for the slides that we had done for that because they want to do it at their meeting. So it's a fun thing to do, and I think in the future.
are they going to undertake the awards project again this year?
They don't know yet.
Firefighters
They don't
and
know. Yeah, they don't know because everything is up in the air. We don't know. I was going to say something, I don't know what it was now.
I think Sharon's having some network difficulties.
yes, she
Her
is.
signal's a little broken up.
Not coming through clearly. Audio.
I can hardly hear you. It's going in and out, so it's very difficult.
Yeah, sorry. I also attended the cabinet meeting. It was well done, a little bit lengthy for what had to be accomplished, but that's okay. It is what it is. And then also following the cabinet meeting was another Zoom meeting concerning technology and how it's being used in the district, the new district website I don't know how many people are aware of that, but the district website has totally been redone, pretty well actually. And also there was talk about how Lions are filing their reports. The reports required and new reports and all kinds of good mumbo jumbo like that, which nobody here likes, but we have to deal with it anyway. So I just have one suggestion I'll bring up at the board meeting. So other than that, it was a good meeting. In fact, I recorded it, but unfortunately, when I recorded the meeting, I chose the wrong audio channel. So I have a video with no audio. so that
I
was,
want to say
that was a
one
stupid
thing-
mistake.
one thing that has come up is that they want every club, regardless of whether you have anything to do with children or not, to sign the paperwork that went out.
We already did that, Lion Sharon.
Yes, we've already done that. Thank you, Lyle.
Okay, that's good, because they need that to show to international that all the clubs have filled out that form, regardless of whether they deal with children or not, just for protection.
Yeah, no, we did that 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't here for the last meeting, so
I'm sorry?
It
I
was,
wasn't here for the last meeting, so I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
to say.
Yeah.
Oh, and I won't be here for the next one either. I have a governor's visitation that they scheduled for that night.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, we'll handle it. Expect you back.
You can always watch the recording of the meetings on our YouTube channel.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so you can find out exactly what went on, who said what. We didn't talk about you too much.
Oh, good.
Especially your trivia questions. Okay.
Well,
Okay,
you never,
sorry I took over, Lion Bob.
No, that's fine. That's what I wanted to do that. All right, I think that gets us through the first part. Anybody like to make a motion to adjourn? Lion Bill.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay. Do we have a second out there someplace?
forget.
Good. All right. We have a second, and then everybody, we are voting to adjourn. Everybody say yes. Thank you very much. And so now we got to move on to the board meeting. Okay, and it's what, 7 o'clock, right on the nose. Way to go, Bob. Okay, so let's bring the board meeting to order, and let's have Secretary Joe Farah do the roll call, please.
Very well. George Soleil,
Here.
Farah here, Workman,
Present.
Graziano,
Here.
Bob Finesh, Steve Martin, Sharon Eberhard,
Here,
Zenaida Lahan,
here,
Robert Lahan,
Here.
Viela DuPont.
here.
Do we have a quorum?
We do indeed, yes.
Good.
Lion Bob, before we go any further, would you call on Linda to tell us a little bit about herself before we get too
Oh,
far
that would
into
be
the
a great
meeting?
idea. Yes, I should have done that. All right, we're going to pause here. And Linda, give us a 2-minute presentation of your total life.
Okay, my background working is in education. I worked for San Francisco Unified for many decades, and I am currently doing contractual work, grant writing, and that type of writing. Looking into some community service opportunities, really want to bring something back to the community if I can. And then I also, in my spare time, write novels and musical theater.
Wow.
And you have spare time?
Yeah, these days I do.
Linda, you're from San Francisco?
Well, I was born in San Jose, but I've been in San Francisco since '79.
Okay. That means you went to high school in San Jose.
Right.
Good. All right. What did when you worked for Unified, were you a teacher, administrator? What did you do?
I was a teacher for many years, and then I was an administrator for 10 or 15 years.
Okay. Teacher, grammar school or high?
High school.
High school. Oh, good luck.
Yeah.
Which one did you teach at?
I taught technology at Thurgood Marshall.
Oh, well, that's a place to teach it. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Good. All right. Well, welcome aboard, as we
Thank
would
you.
say.
thanks for letting me visit tonight.
Okay. Well, don't be a stranger. Come back. All right?
Okay.
We welcome you.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, I had looked at the website, and listening tonight is helpful to get an idea of some of the activities and, the structure. So no questions right now.
Okay. We generally speaking, we do a lot of fundraising events. Well, I won't say a lot of fundraising events. We only have one event right now, which is the Crab Feed, which is generally held in February. But we have two other fundraisers that we operate. One is a raffle, and the other is a football pool. A lot of our time and efforts go toward those. And then what we do, we have one thing we donate money to every month, and that's for patient care at the Lions Eye Foundation. And then through the year, we give we take care of various things, whatever comes up. Like we just got some glasses for a lady, which we get an occasional request for. And then there's a couple other projects that we do for, are you familiar with the Mission Educational Center?
Sure.
We do a couple events there, one at Thanksgiving and the other at Christmas for all the students there.
Right. I think Carla, I'm not sure who the principal is there right now, but
Line Bob knows. I'm a little bit unfamiliar.
I'll check out. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But,
we'll check it out. I haven't gone up and talked to them yet because they're not settled yet.
Right.
But we'll get that up and running, and we'll see what we can do for Thanksgiving lunch, which I'm not sure of. But the Los Bomberos, who I talked to, one of the guys that I ran into in Lucky's grocery store, they're ready to do Santa Claus as they do every year. That's
Great.
a big deal for those little kids out there, and so forth. So it's one of the places that we take care of, and it's always fun to do.
That's great to hear.
Okay.
And,
So hopefully that gives you a little bit of information anyway.
Yeah, it's helpful. And I have some background in fund development. And I guess that's what I'm looking for, is an organization that I can bring that skill to.
Oh, that's great.
That sounds interesting.
yeah,
Linda, are you familiar with Excelsior Scientific Workshop?
Over on Mission Street?
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
We just gave them a 1-year lease. They were on a month-to-month basis up to the first of this month, and they were seeking more stability. And so they're going
That's
to be
great.
around.
That's a weight off of an organization to have that. That's outstanding.
Yes.
Is that in one of your properties, Joe?
Yes. The old clothing store.
Oh, okay. I was not aware.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So far that we have a quorum, and do we have the minutes of the previous board meeting?
I'll make a motion. We accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you
during
very
the
much.
regular
Very well said. Okay, and we have a motion. Let's say everybody say
second it.
yay. Okay, I don't see any no's. The minutes have been accepted. Okay. Treasury's report. Lyle, you have a couple of numbers we should know about?
I have some numbers we should know about.
Yeah.
Did everybody enjoy the 18 pages of the treasurer's report?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this looks like something that's buried in the bottom of the city hall. I don't know.
The brief reading.
It It was a little lengthy this time, and I apologize for that, but it was necessary. The bank reconciliations took a lot of pages. Once again, it offers people a way of paying that a lot of people have come to like, immediate payments. A lot of people like to pay their bill quickly, which I like.
You don't have to
Anyway, that
collect
concludes my reports. Are there any questions whatsoever?
No,
No, it looks good. They're very detailed. Thank you.
Okay.
it's not lengthy, and that's very detailed, line.
Yeah, we aims to please, Master.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even the PayPal report attached to the to them is kind of neat.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention, and this came to light. Bob Finetch sent me a payment directly from his PayPal account. I guess he has a PayPal account, and he sent it to when you pay directly from your PayPal account, you send it to an email address. Now, for those members who have a PayPal account and you're going to send a payment to the club, send it to treasurer at Geneva-Excelsior Lions, not Lyle at Workman Mail.
Okay.
Okay, because those funds go directly into my personal account, or actually my business account. Okay.
Let me give you my address. So
Yeah, fly by night plumbing
that's
at
it.
gmail.com.
Yes. All right. Okay, we're halfway down there. Where we go?
We need to approve the report.
Oh yes, I'm looking down and it says I'll entertain a motion to approve. Bill, what are you doing? So moved by Mr. Graziano. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Everybody's still awake. Great. All right. Okay. Now, is there anything from an old business that we need to take care of?
No?
Oh, I have something. I don't know if you guys know about this. It's just new this year. All of the region chairs have been given a portable AED device, and those are going to be available to any of our clubs that are going to have an event, and they think they might need one. So not going to be too relevant right now, but maybe next year as people start meeting in person, you know, it might be an opportunity where, like say the crab feed, you might want one there just in case that you know somebody has a problem and they need help.
That's a defibrillator, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just in case somebody doesn't pay, we'll have to persuade them.
Yeah.
Take them into the kitchen and talk to
The
them.
dog agrees too.
Lyle, have you had any response from anybody on your postings on Facebook inviting them to participate in our YMCA fundraiser?
No, I have not. Those will run every Tuesday until November, trying to get new groups in the area to participate in the youth and community. Now, I mentioned the tech webinar or the tech Zoom meeting I attended on Saturday. And this is something that never occurred to me, but something that I heard at the meeting was when you post on Facebook, I generally speaking, the posts I make on Facebook happen in the morning, anywhere from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock or sometimes 10 o'clock. But what came up during the meeting was if you're trying to get the word out about a project or something like that happening, is that somebody have a phone on or something? You might want to mute yourself.
You were getting the feedback.
But
Me,
you might want to mute yourself, Sharon, for just a minute. I'm sorry.
let me see if I close it.
But the suggestion came up that if you post in the morning, those people who come home in the evening and look at Facebook in the evening, more than likely they're not going to see your post because it's too far back in their feed, because they're looking at whatever's happening currently. So what I've done is I have doubled up those posts all the way through November to not only post in the morning at 9 o'clock or whatever time they happen, but also to post in the afternoon starting at 6. So that, who knows, it may help, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic suggestion. It never occurred to me. So there you go.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that live by Facebook. Okay, anything else on, shall we say, old business? Okay. New business. We have any screening out there someplace?
We have no requests that I'm aware of.
I don't either.
Nothing has come in via the website.
Lion Bob, you invited members to recommend books, reading books, as you did at the last meeting.
Yes.
And I have a book that I'd like to introduce to the members.
A matter of honor.
The Matter of Honor.
And
this is a memoir written by my former commanding officer in the Army in 1951 and 1952. A brilliant man. His name was James Hanley, and he was both an infantry officer and a legal officer. He was a lawyer as well as a infantry officer. And he trained during World War II. He trained the Japanese Americans that came into the Army in the famous 442nd Regimental Combat Team, including who eventually became the senator for the state of Hawaii, Daniel Inouye.
Inouye, yeah.
Inouye, yeah.
Who lost an arm in combat.
Combat.
The same Colonel Hanley, after he trained the troops, led them in the invasion of Sicily and in the campaign up through Italy till they got to Rome.
The most highly decorated group of guys in the service.
So then, during the Korean War, he took on a different role. He put on his lawyer's cap, and he was in the Judge Advocate General's Corps. And when the United Nations learned that the communist Chinese and North Koreans were committing atrocities against civilians and prisoners of war, they decided to set up a war crimes section. And the same soldier became head of that. This is under the Judge Advocate General's Corps. So, and that was where I was assigned. I was there for a year and a half in the war crimes section of the Judge Advocate General's Corps in Korea. And we were charged with investigating all reports of atrocities and gathering evidence and pinpointing the officers and the people who were in charge of those units that committed these atrocities. So they spent thousands of hours investigating and documenting all these reports. Sadly, under the terms of the ceasefire agreement, neither side, the communists or the United Nations, had to agree to not have any war crimes trials. So all the work was in vain. So anyway, this book is a personal memoir covering his career as head of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team and as head of the War Crimes Section during the Korean War.
Spell his last name for me, Joe.
Hanley, Hanley. The name of the book is A Matter of Honor. It's available on Amazon.
I was just gonna ask you that.
I'm sure it was. Okay. Okay. Good point. And timely on a day like today. Cool.
Good history and experience for you as well.
Yes, it was quite an experience. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's stories still going on about Korea, and we'll just let them lie where they may. Now, do we have any bills to pay?
How about if I share a book? Actually,
Yeah.
I have two. Okay.
Yeah. When did you have time?
This is the first one
Fake.
by Robert Kiyosaki.
That name's familiar.
The name of the book is Fake. The subtitle is Fake Money, Fake Teachers, and Fake Assets.
Wow.
Is safe or save?
Fake.
Fake.
Oh, fake.
Fake.
Fake, like fake news, that
Fake.
stuff. Yeah.
Fake. Got it.
Yes. And it says how lies are making the poor and middle class poorer.
Is that
it's
the guy
about-
who wrote the Rich Dad book?
Yes.
Yes, that guy.
He is very much about financial education, and how there is no financial education whatsoever in the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's part of it. And also in this book, he talks a lot about gold and silver as assets.
Mm-hmm.
In this particular book. Okay. Second one, I took the wrapper off, but you might be able to see it. And then, can you see that?
Yeah, Unfreedom of the Press by Mark
Right.
Levin.
Okay. Don't know. This is it's a political book about today's media and how they are skewing the news in any particular way. I'm not going to say more than that.
Yeah.
Is that the Mark Levin that is on Fox Nation or Fox News?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is one of his many books.
many,
Right.
yeah.
Right. He has a program in Fox.
Yeah, he does. Life, Liberty, and the Levin.
Correct. I like him very much.
Yeah, he's very smart. He's a
Yeah,
constitutional
I have
lawyer.
well, the ones I have are down
Yeah.
there. We'll just leave them there.
Yeah. I do have something to bring up before you bring the bills up.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm a troublemaker. Sorry. This also comes out of the tech web Zoom meeting that I attended on Saturday. And they were talking about how clubs are required to not only submit a MMR report, but also what's called an SAR. Then that's a service activities report. And the MMR can be mailed or filled in online, but the service activities of a club can generally speaking only be reported online. As it turns out, of the 15 districts in California, 4C4, which is in an extremely tech-rich area, the Lions clubs in 4C4 are last in reporting online, which is a sad commentary on tech-rich Lions. But nevertheless, Yeah, I didn't know a lot about this, to be very honest with you, but it's something I know needs to be cleaned up or taken care of. Now there are 4 people that can report service activities online via My Lion, which is part of the Lions International website. That is the club president, the club secretary, and 2 that we are not familiar with whatsoever, because generally speaking, we don't update things very well. That is the club administrator and the club service chairperson. Those 2 positions we don't even discuss, because frankly, we don't have enough members to go around to all the positions, is really part of it, or enough active members.
Mhm.
The club administrator is a separate position from the club secretary, as is the club service chairman. Whoops.
Sorry, that's my dog.
Oh, that's okay.
It's your dog? I thought it was Lyle.
I'm going to share my screen real quick again. This is the current standard club structure. Over here, you'll see under Global Action Team, which is not something we deal with much. There's a service chairperson. There's also the membership chairman, first vice president, and the president. Okay, so the service chairperson can report service activities online, as can the secretary, which is right here, and then also the president, which is shown here, but they're club officers. Now, not shown on here, which is interesting, is the club administrator, which is kind of more of a administrative position, duh. And as treasurer and a bulletin editor, I'm privy to all the facts that are necessary to submit the various reports, because I have the information on hand.
Yeah.
It is my suggestion that the club appoint me as club administrator. It's not a board position or anything else. And then register me with Lions International as the club administrator, and I'll take care of the service reports for the club. Okay. And this way, International gets the information, and then via a report, the regional chairman, the zone chairman, and also, oddly enough, the club contests for the district also gather their information from the service activity reports. They're no longer filed directly with the chairperson. So anyway, there it is.
Well, then
I'm glad that you
I will make a motion.
volunteered to do that, and I have no problem with that. Like for myself, I'm making.
Oh, this is only something I would, generally speaking, have to do only once a month. It's not a huge deal, and I don't want to make it into a huge deal. I just want to make sure that we take care of it. That's all.
Are those reports that you can share with the membership?
I can share with the membership what I submit.
Okay, at a meeting, not on a bulletin.
Well, the information I'm going to report to International and subsequently filter down through whomever is information that we know already anyway. It's nothing secret or nothing additional. I may list the number of Lions who participated in a particular thing. I may, in some cases, estimate the amount of hours that were worked and the number of people that were served, but that's all part of being Lions.
Okay, Aaron is sitting there shaking his head. Aaron, can you give us a little bit? You went like this. What does your club do?
Well, it isn't a matter of what my club does. It's a matter of, it's a report. Like I volunteer. So I volunteer at the airport and I volunteer USO. And I give a report to our secretary of the number of hours that I do and the number of people that I assist. We do eyeglass collection, the number of glasses we collect. And that's turned in. And I don't know what the secretary does with it from that point out. But she collects that. So basically, what he's going to do is collect that information, put it together, and send it in.
That's correct. Yes.
Good. Okay.
And that's the type of thing that I don't want to say we get credit for, but yes, we get credit for it.
You know, the other thing that you include into that is Mission Ed Center.
Yes, absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
you know,
Right.
you do Mission Ed Center 2 times a year, so you have the count of the number of kids, and
The hours.
Okay. All right. All right. Do you have a form which we have to put this information on, or do we just make it up as we go?
Frankly, I'll have to find out how that can be submitted to international.
Okay.
I'll have to find out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't have that information currently.
Okay. Well, thanks for bringing it. Go
Lyle,
ahead.
what you can do is put out a request to the members with the various things, and have them send it into like the 25th of each month, and then you compile it.
Well, I agree with you. But to get people to send information in is difficult. I will certainly request it and remind them, but I can't wait for people to send me stuff. They have to be willing to do it.
Agreed.
And you know, this is the same thing about being treasurer, chasing people down for money. I don't do that. You either send it in or you don't. You know what you need to do. Do it. You know, and that sounds simplistic or whatever, but I mean, I've been doing fundraisers for a long time, and that's one of the most irritating things that you can imagine is sitting around waiting for somebody to send you something. Oh, I'll send it to you. Yeah, 6 weeks later, after I call you 47 times, you finally send it to me.
All right. We made our points. Okay. I think it's great that you can do this, and it would be nice to let other clubs see or get our, pictures out there, what we're doing and who we're doing it for, into a more, quote, larger, part of the Lions.
Yes.
Okay. Bill, you want to make your motion?
Yeah, I make a motion, we appoint Lyle to whatever job he.
Whatever job I'm volunteering for.
Whatever it is.
Thanks a lot, Bill. Thanks a lot.
Here,
Okay.
I'll second.
Fine, we got
I
him.
thought you were my friend.
And
All people in favor of that say aye, or me, or Lyle.
Aye.
Okay, fine, we got it. Thank you.
How about nose?
It was unanimous.
There's no nose? Oh, geez.
I could do a no, but it doesn't mean anything.
I talked myself into another job. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot,
You did.
Aaron.
But you're
Okay,
good at
now it's time to
it.
go walk the dog.
That was a tough sell there, Lyle.
Okay, one thing we did not discuss and has been sitting here, our guest who spoke to us last time, and told us all about the Coalition of Concerned Medical Professionals and how we might give them a few bucks with all the things that they do or need. Anybody want to say anything about this, pro or con? Or yes or no?
My only comment is I'm not necessarily in favor of this. Sorry.
Well, don't be sorry, because neither am I.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of it either. They don't exactly know what they do.
Well, I think we can spend our, quote, funds that we're raising to more personal, local things than something like this. But that's just my thought on it. So we'll put it in over here in file 13 and so forth. And that brings us down to a, oh, any bills to pay? Anybody got any money to pay any bills?
We have money, but we don't have any bills.
Well,
The
then,
administrator
I got some personal bills to pay. Can
yeah,
I-
okay. Well, we can talk about those at a different time.
Oh,
All right, now we need a motion to
Rats.
adjourn.
so
Okay.
Should we set a target date for the daytime meeting?
So it's gonna check with Hanford.
I'm going to check with Hanford first.
Yeah,
All right.
check with Hanford and see if he wants obviously a Saturday, and whether it's 10 in the morning or something like that. And if he can pick the day, we'll get the time.
Well, the only reason I suggested Saturday is so that some
All
of
of us
the
could
people
be.
who are working can also attend, perhaps.
Yeah,
During-
because
a
we're
meeting-
looking
idea.
at Steve tonight because he's off on an assignment that,
Well, yeah, no, but I mean,
deputy sheriff, he has to go out and have a little fun occasionally.
yeah, I'm willing to do any type of meeting to get more members to show up.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
if it
that's a good
takes it,
idea.
if it takes it doing on Saturday, go for it. I'm ready for
Yeah.
it.
So let's contact Hanford, tell him we're ready to go, and if he wants to do it in 2 weeks, we'll be glad to to do it at that time, and be good to see him and maybe a couple of other people.
Linda, do you have any final comments? Now that we've aired our dirty laundry.
Yeah, you got it all.
No, that was pretty clean laundry.
Well, Linda, we appreciate you attending, and with your permission, we'll send you the link again, and then you can continue to see how we communicate and have fun, raise money, and and just try to help out a few people in this world.
Great, thanks a lot.
Good.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Linda.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, and Bill, we're ready to go.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye.
Aye. Well, as they say in certain areas of town, buona sera. Okay. And,
Hey, what's everybody
Florida.
watching on TV?
Before you guys check out, you guys know a good dentist? My dentist retired.
Your dentist retired.
Okay.
Dr. Watson on West Portal.
Well, you're well, a good.
What about our past district governor?
Mario Buenavente.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dentist?
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Dr. Mario Buenavente. He's a real nice guy.
Yeah, very nice.
I imagine he's down in Millbrae or someplace down there.
He's San Bruno.
He's down the
Yeah, Bruno?
peninsula.
Where is he, Joe?
He's in San Bruno.
In San Bruno. Okay.
You look him up in your directory there, Lion Bob.
Okay. Well, then you could, and it'd be easy for Bill to hang a left and go to San Bruno
Yeah.
from where you live. Okay.
I am reading a book. Before we say
My
goodbye.
God,
Hey, excellent.
San Francisco, 1948. And what it does, it lists different streets like the Embarcadero, Montgomery Street, tells the history of all these streets. That
Now,
sounds
that's a piece of
like a
history, son.
historical conversation one day.
Interesting.
What's the title of the book?
Pardon me?
What is the title of the book?
The book is This is San Francisco, This here the author is by Robert O'Brien. It's a very interesting. It lists Emperor Norton. It lists David Broderick and David Terry, and it lists a lot of who lived on these streets.
Now, that's a cool piece of history.
It's a really interesting history of San Francisco. It has Union Street, Mission Street, and South Park, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, South Park, yes, that's a piece and a half in the world of it all. Okay, Lyle mentioned something about what are we watching on television?
Yes. Always interested.
Zenny, you watch television. What are you watching?
Well, right now I'm watching a South Korean drama, subtitled called Chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate. It's on Netflix. It's really, really good to follow, and it shows a lot of the practices and beliefs of that culture. But it's a romantic story, actually. But it's
She laughs and she cries, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I was looking. It's very romantic, and the other one is another South Korean. It's quite a little bit dark. It's called My Dear Friends, and it's a friendship of 6 or so ladies in their olden days, and how they experienced together during their youth and their heartaches and all that stuff. But their lives is being written on a book by one of the daughters of these 6 ladies. It has a good ending, but I didn't like on that book or that film, the culture that the husbands, they had 10 commandments for husbands, only because the husbands did domestic violence and hair pulling and all that stuff, which is not gonna be acceptable here in the US, obviously, but it's the culture then. It's a nice drama, but my favorite still is Chocolate at Netflix.
Interesting.
I'm watching Watch the Heart Guy.
Watch the Heart
The Good
Guy.
Doctor.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I
doctor.
watched that, but it's gonna be what, second or third season? It's coming up soon. That's a South Korean drama as well, but it's filmed here in the United States.
I thought it was filmed in Australia.
Yeah, or Australia. Yeah, it's on ABC.
No, this one was on Amazon.
And you can see it on Amazon as well.
Anyway, it's real good. It's funny.
It is.
Well, there's one on PBS. It's into its 4th week, called Bentley Place. It starts actually at the end of the Second World War, when there's a killing, and then the ladies somehow who are following this ended up here in San Francisco. And it shows San Francisco in the late 40s, and you'd be surprised. They filmed it here, and there's a lot of San Francisco that still looks like the late 1940s, and they go through some of the demonstrations and chasing this killer around and so forth. But I'm looking at it as a piece of history of San Francisco, and so far it's pretty good. They've been very well taken. It's 4 ladies that are out there trying to catch this serial killer. But what got me hooked on was the thing that was in San Francisco, and but that's kind of the current program that I'm quote following, outside of all the other things that it seems I'm spending probably more than half my time on 1 or 2 of the PBS channels, getting things off of there and taking a look for the first time or for the second or third time at the things they done there. I record him and then watch them sometimes in the evening until I fall asleep.
Interesting. Well,
Well,
that's all good stuff.
I haven't been watching TV that much, but I have been listening to music.
Yes.
I've become very attached to French songs from the 40s, particularly from Yves Montand.
Oh, yeah.
Yves Montand and Jacques Brel in the 70s, and of course Edith Piaf. And I don't know why, I just really like the music from that time period and those singers in particular.
So do you get that on Prime Music, or which music
I
station?
get that on YouTube, actually.
On YouTube, okay.
Yeah. My mother loved Yves Montand, and he's Italian but grew up in France. So, and he did that movie with Marilyn Monroe, a music. I
Oh,
forget.
Let's Make Love.
Let's Make Love. Yeah, he's just.
He did Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, he did. You know.
Yes. Grand Prix. Yes. One of our first dates. Yes. Grand Prix.
With Gardner. What's his name?
James Gardner.
Yeah, James Gardner. Yeah, they were all very young.
Yeah.
They were.
Very nostalgic, right? But I love that music. So.
Huh. Did anybody take time to look at the national conventions?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I watched them both.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I only watched the RNC. I didn't watch I watched a little bit of the Democratic one.
I watched the RNC and partly the Democrats.
Yeah.
Were there similarities or were they totally different?
Different.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Well, the tech was the same, but the words were different. And the thing that I liked at the end of both of them, they showed in the past what the conventions were like and all the stuff coming down to the people speaking and so forth. That was a nice shot of history clear back to FDR and so forth. And that would be fun to do, because I remember the Republican convention at the Cow Palace in 84. Yeah, the Goldwater Convention, etc. And we were on the floor for that. That was, from a history standpoint and from a, being at USF, that was more of a get out there and learn something. And that was exciting. But I think with this tech thing, I think people like the shorter time, and more people will get in and listen to both sides, etc., and then get out. Okay, but there's always going to be those few thousand that want to go and, tear up the hall in the town for a week or two.
I remember my father. This is when Eisenhower was running against Adlai Stevenson, and he goes, "Which one do you want to win?" And I picked Eisenhower. I was I must have been like 6 years old or something. What did I know? And he won.
I saw Eisenhower in Manila.
That was 1952.
That was.
And you saw Eisenhower in Manila, yeah.
Which one do you want to win? And Eisenhower, I don't know why. Was a little kid, no. My dad, of course, wanted Adlai, but Democrats were different then.
Yeah, I tried to get away from some of the minutia of the conventions, and I watched recordings on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had some good recordings of it. Was just the speakers for the most part.
Yeah.
I didn't need to hear the political pundits telling me what I need to think.
You were on C-SPAN, right, Zen, when it was
And
just.
I watch it on C-SPAN.
Yeah,
Everything.
no comments by some guy who has to
It's
keep his shoes
the
shined.
whole
Huh?
convention.
Yeah, actually, the recordings I watched were from CNBC,
Oh, okay.
and they were pretty clean. I was surprised, to be honest with you. I didn't think they would have those recordings, but they did, and they were well done.
Cool.
Did you want to say something, Aaron? I saw your hand come up.
Let him unmute himself. There he is.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm just listening.
No?
I'm just listening.
Short and sweet. Aaron's a man of few words. Yes. No. That's it.
Recently joined a lot of San Francisco groups on Facebook, and Facebook is for older people, right? because there's a lot of fun groups on Facebook with respect to San Francisco. Does anybody remember Silver Tree Camp in San Francisco? I went to it. My son went to it. Did anybody go to Silver Tree Camp? It was up in the Glen Park Canyon.
I'm familiar with it, but I never went to the camp. No.
Oh, yeah, every summer you could go through the park, and the Muni bus would pick you up. Like they picked us up at Alice Chalmers. They go to Cayuga Park. They go to all the parks, and they dropped all the kids off at Glen Park, and you'd have Silver Tree Camp, and
you walk up the canyon.
And you know, everybody belonged to a different color camp. You know, I was red, purple, yellow, brown. You know, and we were taught songs, and we did skits, and we just had a blast. And it cost a dime. Okay. And every Wednesday during the summertime, the Muni bus would again pick you up at the park and rec centers and take you on field trips, and that cost a dime. And swimming lessons at Balboa Park swimming pool cost a dime. You know,
Roosevelt got a lot of work, huh?
You know, it's like that dime, man, it went a long way, you know, and I'm going, what happened? It was great. It was fantastic. I have such fond memories growing up in the city, you know, with all those things that we used to do. They take us to the zoo for free, Blackberry Farm, you know, Playland.
Playland, yes.
Yeah, you know, and we'd go, even the school would take us to Playland. You know, it was great. Had those fond memories.
Well, for the majority of us who grew up here at one stage of our life, we all have those memories, and they should be maintained and so forth. So, Bill, you save all those programs, okay?
Bill, don't give me some. If you want to give them away, give me some.
Yeah, we'll go through them because
to my grandkids too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, because we're
Good night, Aaron.
Good night. My family now is third generation San Franciscan, which is a lot because we're all, you know, I'm immigrant. My parents were immigrants. You know, we've been here a while.
Cool.
It was a great meeting tonight. I appreciate everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, good night.
It was fun.
On the book, on the film.
I like that idea.
Linda, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Linda. We'll see you again.
Thanks.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
good deal.
See y'all later.
Good night,
Okay,
folks.
guys, I'm gonna end the meeting for everybody.
Yeah.
As I always say, hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, see you guys later.
Be safe and be well.
Okay, bye.
Bye.